My name is Dr. Rory Dobbs. I'm Programme Manager in Air Quality and Net Zero at Trilateral Research, and I'd like to talk a little bit about our IMPETUS funded project, Scoil-Aer, Clean Air Routes to School in Waterford. Now, active travel is one of the most important ways of making society, particularly young people, healthier overall, but walking outside in highly polluted environments near to cars or industry can cause unintended health consequences. That's not very pleasant. What we wanted to do was work with our leading technology in air quality modelling and monitoring, combine that with insights from young people in Waterford, a city where we're partly based, to understand what makes a route pleasant to walk on. And to do that, we thought a citizen science approach was essential. So we worked together with young people at two schools in Waterford, young people of about 14, 15, 16, to co-design some routes using air quality monitoring techniques, air quality modelling techniques, to understand where air quality was good and bad in the city, to understand where they were going to and coming from, and also what made particular areas nice to walk on. We then asked those young people to validate those routes by using air quality monitors themselves, going out, walking around the city, seeing what the air was like. And then, this is still to come, the young people are working within their schools and in their communities to share information about those routes further. So working with young people, we asked them, we can use air quality data to understand how air pollution travels around Waterford, but it's really difficult to get that human factor, So if we look at some of the data that we received from the Environmental Protection Agency in Ireland and some of the additional work that we did, we can see there are some areas, particularly down by the quayside near to the river, where nitrogen dioxide in particular, very, very high level of air pollution there. And so we can see that, but what we don't know is, we see that park there next to those two eyes represent the schools. We can see that that park is obviously has quite low air pollution, but what we can't really see is it's actually a nice place to walk. So we spoke with young people in these two schools, about 40, 50 young people took part, giving us contextual information about where it was nice to walk. You can see on the right there, those blue areas are places where people thought would be nice to walk. There's red areas where people said, that's not very pleasant. And they give a lot of different reasons for that. And we incorporated that feedback into the routes that we later developed for them. We then worked with young people and with their teachers to go out and actually measure air quality on some of those routes. We developed these routes around the city and then went out with young people, mostly in areas close to the school, frankly where air pollution was a little bit worse, to understand what air pollution looked like, make sure that our modelling was correct. And some of the results that we got showed that these are some early interim results, but this shows that when we're on the main road, as you'd expect, much as our modelling showed, much worse air pollution. But when we get, say, into that park that I mentioned earlier, air pollution much, much, much lower. And combining that with those contextual elements about where's nice, where's not nice to walk in the city, has helped us to create really effective routes, really useful, contextually appropriate routes for young people, taking into account things like public safety. So next steps are around dissemination, and the young people are taking the lead on this to develop their own dissemination campaigns within their schools as part of Irish Science Week in the middle of November. We're really excited to see how they will get on with that. We'd like to thank IMPETUS and the European Commission for funding this project.